Hey everyone, Buddha here, gonna bring you the round of 16 from the Gamecom Open tournament. These two players are now down to 16 contestants, and this tournament actually had over 1,000 players at the start of it. There are $2,000 in prizes for the players who actually make it to the next round. The prizes start at the round of 8. So a lot on the line for these two players. I expect these two to be masters or grandmasters at this point on in the tournament. And so looks for some great play. This tournament was free to register and open to everyone. So bronze to grandmaster, everyone was able to play. And at this point, there has been a lot of games. I've casted a lot of them. You can check them out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/BuddhaZerg. I followed a few players that have been nice enough to send me their replays. It was on demand, so I casted as many games as I could. And we are now down to the round of 16. So it is going to be a ZVZ Dice versus zDooMxRShift. So we'll just call him Doom for now. And both these players are actually going for very similar builds. A pool, then an expansion on the back. This is Crevasse, so the expansion is very, very safe. Actually, I think that Doom went for an Expo first, and now getting his Baneling Nest, so he will be putting some aggression on Dice. Meanwhile, Dice expect for him to actually get a Roach Warren. There it is, because Roaches deal so well with Banelings, actually. I wouldn't. 2 queens, 4 dice will make him very safe. He should actually be spreading the creep at the front of his base so that he can actually get the queens at the ramp, because it will take so many banelings to actually just bust through a queen. You have no idea. So this queen gonna make her way at the top base, and I don't necessarily agree with this. He did see the Baneling Nest. He did see that it was almost finished, and I guess Doom will actually just use these Banelings defensively, because he is morphing them inside his base, and those will take forever to actually go across the map on Crevasse. So defensive Baneling Nest from Doom, not going to be applying any pressure, so Dice is actually safe here. No need for those queens at the front of his ramp. Little does Doomshift know, though, his opponent Dice is actually going for roaches, not banelings or lings. So this isn't going to be very effective. Doom doesn't even have speed at this point, so these 3 scouting lings will die. That's the danger of sending your lings in before they have speed, because if your opponent does have speed, your lings will die. One ling finally speed is finished, and this ling will run back home and counter, and actually Dice's lings will encounter a few banelings, so they will have to run back and look for some nice control. He actually did not reveal the banelings. Now he does see it, so not trying to not reveal the banelings. These are in danger of actually getting some nice shots in. You don't want to detonate a Baneling on a single ling, because that is just not cost effective. So Dice did not send his single lings to the Banelings to force them to detonate, but he did scout everything that was going on. Roach Warren now up for Doomshift, and really this Baneling Nest is not doing much at this point. So I would have to give the advantage to Dice, because he is very safe behind a few roaches. A Spinecrawler is able to drone up behind this. He already almost saturated his 2 bases. He did get his Roach Warren a lot faster than his opponent, and a Baneling Nest going up for Dice, and this is actually very interesting. What will he decide to do with this Baneling Nest? I don't know, because his opponent is going for roaches. I do believe he did scout this. So I really wonder what Dice is actually going to do with this Baneling Nest. Maybe he wants to sneak a few in the mineral line while he attacks. We will have to wait and see. Evolution Chamber also up for Dice, as well as his gas on the normal Vespene Geyser. This geyser has been switched in the latest patches to, well, in the latest GSL and in the NASL to a normal Vespene Geyser, so it is no longer a rich Vespene Geyser. And Dice really looking for a very, very aggressive push here. He is going to be doing a strong Roach followed with some baneling push on 2 bases. He is not even getting his lair at this point. Unlike his opponent, he is getting ranged attack level 1, so he will have the upgrade advantage when he decides to attack, and really this lair will not finish in... It is finished in time, but he is not making use of that lair tech just yet, except for roach speed, and really this push is going to be huge at this point. I know he knows it's coming because Doom actually has an Overlord 2 spot in the middle of the map, so great placement there. Shift will run a ling up here, see what's there. He only sees a few roaches and 7 roaches in production for Doomshift. He absolutely needs to actually keep this. He actually needs to hold this because right now he is actually behind on harvesters, losing a lot of lings unnecessarily here. A nice detonation on the baneling at this point, and only roaches left for Dice. Will he decide to push up here? Remember, Doomshift actually has to hold this because he has the tech advantage, he does not have the drone advantage, and Dice now forced to retreat, and he did force a lot of units from Doomshift, so that did maintain his drone advantage, and I'm surprised he actually didn't expand behind this. He is now getting his own lair, and attack level 1 is almost finished. Look for it to actually finish before Doomshift attacks, and now it is Doomshift's turn to actually put on some pressure, and he will walk up to his opponent's base, but I think that Dice will be well prepared for this. He's throwing down 2 more spine crawlers, and these spine crawlers are so good against roaches. In an army, a spine crawler is probably the equivalent of about 3 roaches. So definitely going to play a huge role here. 2 roaches going to get picked off out of position here, and really Dice should move these roaches back, especially since Doomshift's roach speed is done, so they will be able to catch up to these roaches. Nice surround, missing the surround on the roaches, only getting 2 here. He could have maybe gotten a bit more of a surround, but he does let that roach go, so picking off 3 roaches, 2 initially here. 1 on the low ground, and actually forced to push back because that is a lot of spine crawlers, and 2 banelings to take care of these lings in front. And I'm really surprised that none of these players actually went for a 3rd base yet, especially since both of these actually pushed very far ahead, and now Doomshift getting his 3rd base. He should have actually taken that as soon as he walked out. Now Dice will know about this. Aspire is halfway done.